There are the guys. So these are the other alumni actually who have been working with us and who have been resource person this year. Now Prabhat is he's in Sri Lanka. He has done his master's and PhD in Europe as a Erasmus Mundus alumni. He was our speaker last time. So he got full scholarship from European Union to study something on science. So he's a science graduate. So he's working at NARA. Yeah, so he's in Sri Lanka now. Ram is a Nepali gentleman. He's doing his PhD. He also got 2 scholarships on Erasmus Mundus. He is supposed to have joined today, but I think he's submitting his thesis. But he was with us a few weeks ago. He's now in the US, but still on Erasmus Mundus scholarship. Now Erasmus Mundus scholarship is that's called Erasmus Plus scholarship now. It's a scholarship by European Union. It has opportunities for you to study in multi-country. It's not only in Germany, but many countries in Europe. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Nandan is also a very active guy. I don't know whether Centuran has seen Nandana. He is from Morocco University, Computer Science and Engineering. He has also done his master's in computer science, artificial intelligence, something I think. You can see his profile in our page. So he is also at the moment doing his PhD on Erasmus Mundus scholarship in Spain. So now, for example, these 3 guys all are Erasmus scholarships holders from European Union. So they are very keen in promoting Erasmus scholarship. They have been talking during last semester also, but they are not available today. Now Bharat is an Indian gentleman. He is not really like he has done his bachelor's degree in Germany. He's married to a German girl. But important thing about him, he has a very popular YouTube channel. If you look search on YouTube, Bharat in Germany, it's mainly targeted toward Indian audience, but there are a lot of opportunities, a lot of information about how to study in Germany, how to find a job, how to get things done, how to even walk in the road. So he talk about all these things. So if you have opportunity, just look at his YouTube. It's called Bharat in Germany. He was also one of our speakers last time. Chintaka is a Sri Lankan guy living in Scotland. He just finished his PhD. He was also a scholar, like on my support. He went to Germany and studied 3 weeks program as a DAAD scholar. Now Hassan is a Bangladeshi. He is a senior professor in geography in Dhaka University. He has been actually very active in DAAD network. So he visited me also in Sri Lanka. I met him in India a few weeks ago. So he's very keen on helping young guys to go to Germany. So he is a very rich resource person. Some of you will later communicate with him about opportunities in Germany. Pubudu is the last but not least DAAD scholar. Now he has studied at Peradeniya and also a master's degree in New Delhi. She went to Germany on my guidance 2 times on DAAD scholarship for short courses. And now she actually just now she got a Fulbright fellowship. She's going to United States next month, October, for 4 months fellowship. If Fubudu is available, she can very quickly share your experience in Germany and how it helped her. Fubudu has been actually very active with us for last several years. Yes, Fubudu, are you there? Very quickly share your experience.
Hello. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And actually, as of course you said, with your guidance, I went to Germany for 2 times, and that is for short programs happening in summer. One is in 2012 in Ulm, and the second one is in 2015 in Berlin at Humboldt University. My experience actually, even though it is a very short visit, both programs were basically 2 weeks programs, and they were targeted at a specific subject, and also sometimes it is in a form of a conference. It is very interesting, other than the subjective knowledge and the academic qualification I got from the programs. It is very interesting to meet a lot of people from about 17, 12 countries in each program. And we had a very enjoyable time there, and it was a very multicultural experience. On the other hand, some of these programs had excursions. So as a result, when we went to different parts in Germany, and it is also a very wonderful experience. Another thing that I really liked is like Germany. When you go to Germany, it's in the Schengen state, and not just Germany. You can travel easily in other countries in the Schengen states as well, like France, Switzerland, and all. So I also got such opportunities when I traveled in both times. I think in both cases I was awarded this DAAD scholarship offered by German Academic Exchange Program. They were fully to both programs were fully funded. That means I got all the financial support for air ticket, course fee, and then accommodation, food, etc. So it was very generous, and it is more than enough for you to survive during those period. And I think getting those two scholarships is sort of a recognition for your skills and even academic achievement. Because I think even after my career development was also partly because right now I am working as a lecturer, and particularly if you are moving on to an academic profession, this kind of scholarships are real achievement. I think those have some sort of effect for my Fulbright fellowship as well. So I think if you need any more information, you can contact Shaminda, and also from summer programs in Germany. And I would like to answer your questions if you have anything further. Shaminda, I think is it enough? Or?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you very much. Now, if you have any also questions now to Pupudu, you can chat with her. You can chat and then ask questions. I'm sure you already learned how to do the chatting. Pupudu, you can maybe start a chat, then they can follow up with you. Okay, let me go to let me go to the next segment. That is, I want to introduce programs. This is what mainly you want to. I'm sure you can see my screen, right? Can somebody say yes? Sindhuran? Your mic is muted.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, right. So now, first of all, why Germany? Because it's the best performing economy in Europe nowadays. We are going to have elections very soon. I think the new current government will remain, so there will be stability, and this growth will continue. Professor Hassan, we just talked to you about you. We just joined. Welcome. Professor Hassan, can you hear us? We can't, yeah. Professor Hassan, can you quickly introduce yourself if you hear me?
Yeah, I'm so late because I was at a meeting last night.
Okay.
Okay.
So can you quickly introduce yourself, and then we'll talk to you later also at the end.
Okay. I'm Professor Hassan at Dhaka University, and I am also the alumni president of our country. And I did my diploma from Kiel and Dr. Grad from FU Berlin, postdoc out in FU Berlin, and still we have several programs since 86 to till today. We have some special program. Hello?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. And if anybody any query about the German scholarship or higher studies right from master's, PhD, postdoc, etc.
Okay, so please stay
Okay.
online. I will now during the discussion time, we can ask questions from Professor Hassan. But the main time, I don't know whether you know how to follow or chat, but you can also ask questions from Professor Hassan.
Yeah, this is the first time you start the Zoom.
Yeah, yeah,
Then I just came outside. Then my daughter is fixation these things.
Okay.
And now I continue.
Anyway, so we'll also keep on talking. Okay, so it's we already know that Germany is very advanced in technology, innovations, and high-tech industries. You name it, it's all in Germany. And also, not only the the industries, but also German qualifications are very recognized now all over the world, particularly on engineering, philosophy, medicine. So they are really high rank and highly respected. Definitely in Europe officially, but also all over in the world. The most important thing is, unlike many other developed countries, higher education in Germany is now actually completely free, but I will always say almost free. It's really free, and even the ones they charge money, they are very minimum compared to other countries. And in addition to that, if you are a smart, highly academically achieved person, there are, as I already shown you, a lot of scholarships. Now, all our alumni are actually beneficiaries of some or other ways of very generous scholarships like DAAD or Erasmus scholarships. Now, recently or during last 15 years, there has been a streamlining of European qualifications. Unlike when Professor Hassan studies, now wherever you study in Europe, they have same format. For example, during Professor Hassan's time, the first degree was called diploma, not bachelor's. But now there are bachelor's, master's, and PhDs like American style. Now, as Pubu already mentioned, if you go to Germany as a student, you have the license to travel to 26 countries and also work in different countries during studies as well as when you qualify after your studies. Difference is living in Germany is slightly different to living in Australia or UK, because it's a non-English speaking world. It has different cultures, different values. This is something you have to adapt. So that is also very exciting, because as I told you, in my personal experience, living in Germany, living in Spain, living in Switzerland were highly value adding, because it opened for me new opportunities and a new way of life. If you compare countries of same same income level or same expenditure level, student life in Germany is highly subsidized. Therefore, whatever you do, whether it's housing, whether it is your personal traveling cost and everything, it's not market rate. So Germany is a very discriminatory society when it comes to positively discriminatory.
Sir, I have a question.
You have to type the question, because I have to continue talking. Yeah, so please type the question.
Sir, actually,
No, please type the question. I can't answer the questions now because I have to finish the presentation. Please type, or else please ask the question later if you don't mind. Sorry for that. Okay, so so therefore, all quality of life of students in Germany are much better than UK or other places I know. And now, if you compare, like for example, people Pakistan, India, still it's easy to get into a good university in Germany than in England or USA. For example, if you take Heidelberg, this is in par with like Cambridge in terms of recognition, but getting into Heidelberg is comparatively easy than getting into Cambridge. So if you have a unique qualification, unique background, it's still easy if you have basic criteria right. So basically the idea is if you're a middle class student who has good credentials, Germany is an ideal destination to get the international education qualification. Okay, Amba, where's Amba? It disappeared. Amba, you want to ask a question now? No, she's not there, maybe you can come back. Okay, so next, let me go to the next slide. But of course, as we know, Germany is not very popular like US, UK, Australia, at least in South Asia. There are different reasons. I will not go into details, but these are some of the reasons. Basically, there are no agents. You will not see any agents promoting Germany. Education is free, therefore they won't get commission. There are historical reasons, but also important that admission criteria are more advanced. So you can't just go, there are no top-up degrees, for example. So therefore, Germany has been not really well known till last, only maybe last 2-3 years, it became very powerful in the global international education, particularly in Sri Lanka-German relationship. You see after President Maithripala Sirisena visited Germany in 2016, after that we also got a lot of demand. So it's now, the Germany is also very interested in applying, getting people from Sri Lanka. However, Pakistan and Germany, India has been like the key destination for German students. So, but this is mainly Sri Lankan students, but of course still UK, for example, we get more people, US also. But if you value with education, how much money you spend and what are the benefits you get, Germany will have very high value for international students. So what are the opportunities available? If you are academic, if you are a researcher, you can go for conferences, short visits. You get also funding for them. As I already shown in my experience, Professor Hassan also go to many conferences every year. And also if you are a young guy who want to do internship or even find a job, there are opportunities. If you are a very senior professor or senior researcher, there are opportunities like research fellowships, postdoctorate studies. And of course, there are programs done in English at undergraduate level, but we are not really into that segment. But it's possible to do undergraduate degree in English. Now, the summer programs are some type of program, short courses done in Germany. We normally promote them in our presentations, but this is happening in summer. So we have next session in April. Every year we have two intakes. For the winter intake, we have the session in April or March. There we talk about short courses. But today, this is only for postgraduate studies because we don't have like summer coming now. That is 2018 summer. So if some of you are interested in going for a short courses, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, some are funded, some are self-funded. They are also possible without going for a long-term programs. Okay, now we'll talk about our today's agenda is to talk about masters and PhD programs. Mainly, we actually we normally think that masters is even if you're done a master, doing masters in Germany is the easiest way to access because there are different reasons for that. But let me just quickly go through about both programs. Now, generally, masters are 2 years full time and PhDs are 3 years full time. Now, there are two intakes we call summer intake, which is going to happen. That is April 2018. Today, our discussion is towards targeted towards that intake. Also, there's another intake called fall or winter. This happens in September, so that will be 2018. Now, these programs are conducted in English, but also you can study German if you are interested during the programs, and they will be provided freely. The programs are normally free. I will say why it's not free, but almost free in many, almost all the government universities in Germany. In addition to studying in Germany, through Erasmus kind of programs, you can also study in multi-country. Now, the guys I showed you before, they all studied in more than one country. For example, you can do 1 semester in Germany, 1 semester in Belgium, 1 semester in UK. Likewise, there are programs structured that you do in different countries. And of course, you are entitled as a postgraduate student to work. Now, in Germany, the concept is you can work 120 days per year. That means around 4 months. Or else you can work 240 half days. In Germany, they don't define in hours, but it's in half days or full days. So this is actually very long period. But in Germany, you can't work and study like in Australia or UK. You have to study and work. That means maybe you work during summertime, 2 months, maybe winter time, in the Christmas time, 2 weeks. Likewise, you have to organize that. But your entitlement is 120 days, full days in a year. And you can also take your family, if you are married, if you have children, you can accompany them. However, your dependents can't work. They don't have entitlement to work. So then if you are not going on a scholarship, full scholarship, when you are getting visa, you have to show money that you have enough money to maintain your dependents. Then additional advantage of studying in Germany, when you finish your degree, master's or PhD, you get job seeking visa for 18 months to find out a job. Now, if you get a job, now for some people, they go do a master's and work for 18 months and they come back, because then you can recover whatever the cost you spend in living. But during this 18 months, if you get a professional job, there are some criteria to define, then you can apply for work permit to work continuously. So there are ways of settling and working full time and living there even after your education. But we normally don't ask people, if you want to migrate, go to Germany. For example, if you go to Australia, maybe migration is a more probable opportunity. But in Germany, still it's not really very encouraging. So our suggestion is, of course, you can study in Germany and then get a job seeking visa and then get a good job. You can work in, you can travel to Singapore, Switzerland or Belgium or Denmark. You can settle there. So there are a lot of opportunities, because going to Europe, Germany is not just one-time work. It's a gateway to new opportunities. So you find out your own way of contributing. But what we are suggesting is, you go there, you do your degree, master's or PhD, and then work another 18 months and decide you're going to come back or continue work, or even go for additional opportunities in the United States or somewhere. In terms of cost, this is only for your planning purpose, and I have shown them also in two currencies, euro and in Sri Lankan rupees. Now, if you are going as a self-funding student, assume that you don't get a scholarship. Now, for example, out of 50 people who participated in our information session in Colombo, I had a kind of assessment that about 10 people will be able to get full scholarship, but 40 people will not be able to get, because the scholarships are competitive and high demanding. Whereas if you are still eligible, but if you don't get high rank in your credentials, you can still apply as a self-funding student. Now, if you are applying, if you get self-funding, that means you don't get any scholarship, still you don't pay tuition fee. But I put tuition fee as 1,000 euros per year, or 500 per semester. In some universities, they used to have 500 euros as semester fee, but this is also now taken off. But anyway, I just wanted to give like realistic figure to allocate 5,000 euros per year. Living expenses, The official figure is 700 euros, even though you can live cheaper than that, but that is the requirement by German government for international students, and 12 of them. So it's 8,600 euros your living expense. This is the money you have to show to German embassy in your country when you are applying for student visa. When you get the invitation letter, you have to have a bank account. It's a Deutsche Bank open in Germany, and your money should be transferred to that account. So you need to have this money when you are applying for visa. Now, if you get visa and if you go to Germany, 1/12 of that you can every month withdraw, because this is your money. It's deposited to ensure that you have money. Once you go to Germany, you can withdraw not all, but 1/12. For example, 700 euros every month. And then travel, visa, other fees, you have to also allocate 1,000 euros. So basically, we are talking about, this is for the first year, about 11,000 euros, or maybe about 2 million Sri Lankan rupees. Please check how much is in Pakistan currency. So this money you have to have as your budget or your plan if you are applying as a self-funding student, and sum of money you have to you can really reduce and manipulate, but the amount you have to deposit, that money you should have. Okay, but now for the second year, some people ask, so what will happen to the second year? Now, when you go there, you have to again show money when you are applying for the second year visa. Some embassies give directly for 2 years, but mostly you go there and then you get the work permit or student permit extended for the second year. Then in that case, you need to have that money, but normally when you are in Germany and if you are already a student, that is a very relaxed process. So you can save money, maybe you can get money somewhere else and deposit. So it's not a big deal, but you have to repeat the process anyway, but there are different ways that you can do that. Okay, any questions about finance? I can allow some questions if you have. Unmute your mic and speak. Very quick questions. Miri Prabha's mic is muted. Let me unmute. Okay. Now you can talk. Miri Prabha, any questions about the finance?
No questions about financial things.
Okay, good, clear. Senturan?
No questions yet.
Okay, great. Okay, now we'll talk about, but now actually our main target is to encourage people to apply for scholarships. If you get scholarship, you get fully paid, as Professor Hassan already mentioned and Hudu mentioned, and also as I demonstrated. Now, main scholarship German government is offering is DAAD. You can even look at the website. I will not go today into details because we don't have many people today. So please look at DAAD website. It is not only about scholarships, but it has all the information. But this is the main German government university scholarship for postgraduate and masters. You get around 1,000 euros, or slightly less maybe, or I think 1,000 for your living expense monthly, in addition to travel, in addition to insurance and other stuff. So it's very generous. Second one is, but it's tough. Getting a DAAD scholarship is tough. It needs a lot of planning and a lot of criteria. Second one is Erasmus Plus. It used to be called Erasmus Mundus. This is European government scholarship for you to study in multi-country programs. So if you get if you apply to Erasmus Mundus, I'll show you the link later. There also you get the opportunity to do your masters, maybe one semester in Germany, one semester in Belgium, one semester in UK, so multi-country, and you get also full funding, very generous, 1,200 I think euros you get for month, in addition to other travel expenses and book allowance and a lot of things. This is also very generous. And in addition to these main two scholarships, government scholarships, you also have scholarships by different foundations. For example, Germany has a lot of political party affiliated foundations. They have funding. Now, if you are basically from India, for example, or Pakistan or Bangladesh, they have offices also in their countries. In Sri Lanka, still we don't have, for example, Corona Adana Stiftung Award office, but the office in New Delhi deal with them. If you get admission, you can apply to such scholarships also. But basically, DAAD and Erasmus, you apply to program and you apply to the scholarship together. So you apply to Erasmus Mundo's program, and if you are high rank in the admission criteria, you will be automatically given the scholarship. However, for other scholarships, you have to separately appeal or apply separately on their application portals or their different codes. Now, if you are, for example, Roman Catholic, there are also some other scholarship by the church, but since there are no Roman Catholic, I will not explain it here, but there are some also religious organizations also offering scholarship. And the final one is university funded scholarship. Now, these are actually some not really very generous, but still they are good, like for example 300 euros per month or maybe more. If you perform very well in their first year or first semester, there are some universities who encourage international students and then they offer you such scholarship. Now, my first MBA, actually I got that kind of scholarship for my academic performance. So that is also possible, but they are normally for self-funding students who go there, and then after going there, if you perform well, you get them. And the final point, which is not mentioned here, if you are a Sri Lankan University permanent staff member, now UGC Sri Lanka, they have arranged that they have an agreement. Now, if you are a university full-time employee, if you get a German university admission, the UGC will pay monthly living expenses and education is free. So therefore, for Sri Lankan university people, this is a very good deal because you need only self-funded standard application because UGC will pay their living expenses for their duration. Now, therefore, we have a separate section for UGC university people within the next few weeks. Any problems, any questions about the scholarships?
Not so far.
Okay, right. So now, when you look at how the programs are structured on OM, there are different types of categories. Now, these are categories. These are not just programs. Now, for example, MBA or business is included in economics. So this is one category. Second one is language and cultural studies, natural and computer science, engineering, medicine. Now, agriculture and veterinary science is a separate category. So there are a lot of programs in different universities. Arts and music, sports. Now, for example, if you just wanted to visualize, for the summer intake, there are 375 master's programs and 169 PhD programs in English. However, as I told you, summer intake is a smaller one. If you apply for winter intake, it is like 3 times. There are, I think, about 700 or 800 master's programs. But there are advantages or disadvantages of going this semester compared to next semester. So there are enough programs, and for any person, you have, for example, more than maybe 10-20 programs of your field and relevant fields. Now, eligibility criteria, this is also important for admission as well as for applying for scholarships. Now, you need to have a good academic background. Now, I keep on highlighting this because some people are marginally eligible, mainly people from Sri Lanka. They have a degree, but maybe not good grades, or you should have a higher GPA. If you have first class or second upper, this is very good, but also your degree matters. If it's 4 years, if it is on a particular field. Now, if you have a degree on, for example, veterinary science, medicine, agriculture, other sciences, these are very good. Computer science. Now, if you have, say, management degree, maybe sometimes it's competitive because there are a lot of people who are applying from all over the world. Also, same with engineering, but it doesn't mean that they are not eligible. But if you have like a unique degree, for example, let's say bachelor's in nanotechnology, some programs have better chances. Anyway, you need to have good first degree, strong resume. You have to have very appealing professional resume. European Union universities have their different format. It's called Europass. You can download it online, and you have to make in that format. The Sri Lankan people, for example, their resumes are not really very well updated one. So if you want to apply, please download Europass format from on the internet and fill accordingly. We can also help on these things if you want to, for example, get our support. Application forms are normally online, but sometimes you have to also fill them in by hand and post to the university. Recommendation letters are very important. For example, that is why younger guys need to keep good connection with their professors. Now, if you're applying for a master's program, for example, at least there should be 2 reference letters. One should be from academic person, your supervisor, professor, head of department. Or the second one can be from your supervisor from your industry or your workplace. 2 is good, but more than 2 also is important. Better to have them because you can apply to more than one program. English program language skill is a very important thing. IELTS is the preferred one, so you can have TOEFL, or else you have to have done your degree in the English-speaking world. From UK, US, Australia, these are English-speaking countries, so you need to have a degree from those countries, or you need to have IELTS. 6.5 is very good. You can apply to all programs. Some actually are 7, but for Erasmus Mundus normally 6.5. 6 is also okay. Many universities say 6 of IELTS is okay. Now I want to say it here. I'm sure some of you have not done IELTS. Then you need to plan that also in advance. Some universities, very few universities say if you have done your program in English from Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bangladesh, they will consider, but not many universities will do that. They will say India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bangladesh university, English medium is not standard enough in terms of language, so they still need IELTS from our countries. If you apply for a PhD, then in addition to all of above, you need to have a primary proposal. It should not be the end one. They will help you to formulate that, but you need research proposal as a part of your application. Okay, any questions about eligibility? Amba, you have any question about eligibility? We talk about finance and different programs. Now we talk about eligibilities for masters and PhD. Amba, I can take a question from you if you like now.